Okay, tip of your day, tip of the day, tip of your day, tip of my day. Coming to you again from the Sahara. Push hands, single push hands. Any push hands, any exercises that are repetitive like this. Make sure, of course when you're learning, you've got to do a set thing to learn the thing. You can't start going freestyle straight away because you've got to do one thing at a time when you're learning, of course. But when you're a beginner, it's very important that, for me, when I take a beginner student, as soon as they're doing this basic circular movement correctly, I'll start varying the push. Otherwise, what happens is they get into this set routine. And if you practice this exact method for like a year or something, then as soon as you change it to something else, and maybe I go like this, and then I knock him over because he's going the other way, you see? Now, what's going to happen is, you've got to make sure you vary it so you don't get stuck into a routine. So every single time I push on Ahmed, he thinks, I've got to sink my weight there and turn that way. And that would be the norm, you see? And that's what he should do if I'm pushing directly towards his center. And that's a correct movement, you see? And he does the same to me. He pushes to my center, I shift my weight, I get out of the way. But if you do that over and over and over and over again and never do anything different, when he does something different, you'll still do the same thing because you're programming your body that every single time you feel anything, you do this. Pressure, you do this, you see? So of course, you get into that little routine just in the beginning, but then as soon as someone is applying the principles correctly, they're not making any major errors or anything, then you take it one step further, and instead of pushing directly to the center, if you push me now, that's him pushing to my center so I can get out of the way, you see? And that would be my angle. But if he pushes slightly towards my shoulder and I try to go this way, you see I'm walking straight into the line of fire. So if he pushes out this way, see? Now I don't necessarily, boom, come in and actually do something in push hands, but you can see where the intent is of that movement. He's gone around me, what? There, wow, there's the strike, but then of course it's push hands, so we just come back in. So doing that flowingly, if you pushed out that way, you see, it would look something like that. So I'm not going to teach you these methods now. We've got videos on that. My volume 2 of basic push hands covers this area, but I just wanted to put it there as a tip for you so that if every time you do push hands, even if those of you who are instructors and advanced practitioners, you might sit here with your mate, chatting, looking at the view, and just doing this over and over and over again. Don't do that. Push out here, see? Take it up and over. You might push up, for example. Oh, that's giving me a different feel. You might push down. Oh, that's giving me a different feel. You might push that way. Oh, that's giving me something different. You might push the normal way, and that's bringing me back to the normal one, you see? So always get it into a variation of what you're doing so that you don't get stuck into a trap that every time you feel pressure, you do the same thing. So that's your tip of the day. This is Ahmed. He's the organizer of our workshop out here. So he's a trainee instructor, so we're hoping to get a group started out here, a regular WTBA training in the Sahara out here. Thanks very much.